Let's Talk Diz, a show that gives you everything you need to know to help make your Disney vacation as magical as can be in just about 20 minutes. I'm your host, Jeff Coviello. With me each week is Disney Master Sandy from Easy Diz by Instant Impressions Travel Services. Sandy, how are you this week?
You know, I've been thinking about this episode, so I am very zen, thinking I'm out at sea, sitting on the beach, just taking it all in.
Or maybe in the spa. You know, if we're being true to form.
All
here.
right, give away my secrets.
Yes, we are back on Disney Cruise Line, and it is a must-do show for us because I know, as we talked off air, this is something you get asked often by people that are clients of yours and that are cruising, some for the first time, some for the 100th time, right? But it's really a vacation question that people ask all the time. So we're going to kind of narrow this down to Disney Cruise Line and really talk about what to pack for a Disney Cruise Line trip.
And I am the queen of overpacking.
Good to know.
Maybe we'll share on our social my pictures of my luggage as I'm getting ready to leave for an adventure by Disney.
Right.
Yes, I have been known to have 4 and 5 bags just with me.
Wild.
But with Disney Cruise Line, I try to pack very carefully. I don't want to be without something because unlike when I'm in Walt Disney World or Disneyland, I can't use whatever my favorite delivery service is to have something brought to the resort. Once I'm on the ship, I'm kind of stuck with what's available on the ship.
Right.
However, my room only has so much space, and it's not as much space as a resort room. The beds are raised to be able to put the suitcases underneath, but if you're too many people and too many bags, you're not going to have enough space underneath for your suitcase. So packing correctly for your Disney cruise is really a key thing.
So let's kind of start with the basics, right? The things that you definitely need maybe to even get on board, because there's always some questions around what are the things that I need if I'm going on a cruise. Do I need my passport? Do I not need my passport? Do I need a birth certificate for my child? But, you know, what are the things that I guess can be considered boring but are definitely necessities for people as they're cruising?
You bet. So stay with me because this is the boring part. I'll get to the fun part.
Okay.
You're right. It's all about the documents. So if under U.S. law, if you are taking what is called a closed loop cruise, it begins and ends in the same U.S. port. Technically, you do not need a passport.
Okay.
An original birth certificate with that raised seal is perfect for everybody. If you are married and using a different name than your birth name, you would want to bring your marriage certificate as well to show that name change. Plus, and this is important, especially in a state like New Jersey where we don't have a young driving age, everybody 16 years and older must have a federally issued photo ID with them. So if you're sailing with a passport, that's great. But if you're only sailing with a birth certificate and you're in a state like New Jersey where your child isn't driving at 16, you will need to get a learner's permit, or you can go to the Department of Motor Vehicles in any state and get a non-driving photo ID.
Okay. So that's
really big.
That's a big deal, right? Because that's not something that every state has at 16.
Exactly.
Okay. Anything else?
You obviously need to bring your online check-in, that QR code that's going to get you into the port and get you onto the ship. If you are sailing with a child that is not yours, there is a minor authorization form that you need to have done that says you have permission to take this child out of the country, because every ship does leave the U.S. By law, you cannot sail out of the United States and not go to a foreign port because none of our ships are U.S. flagged.
Got it.
There's a little cruise trivia for you that most people don't know. In the entire world, there is only one cruise ship that carries a U.S. flag, and the flag determines where they are registered and whose employment laws they follow. So you can imagine following those in the U.S. is a lot harder. The only ship, Pride of America, and I'll give a shout out. If you know me, I'm from Parsippany. Parsippany Hills High School graduate is one of the captains on Pride of America, which sails the Hawaiian Islands. So the only ship in the world that starts in the U.S. and ends in the U.S. and does not go to another country.
Interesting. All right.
There
Look
you
at
go.
you. Look at those facts. All right. What about if you're for on the ship? Like, what are the things that you are recommending we pack for spending time on the ship?
So I'm going to start with I'm cheap. That surprises people.
Solid start. I like it. Go ahead.
I spend a
Frugal. We'll go
lot of
with
money
frugal.
with Disney, but I
Right.
don't spend more than I have to.
Okay.
So I'm not the mom buying the light up things and the bubble blowers and all of that from Disney. I'm getting mine from Amazon or the dollar store and bringing those things with me. So I like to bring some things for the sail away party. We usually do bubbles. They can be a lot of fun, or like the little pom poms, the kids like to have those. Keep in mind when you board the ship, you may not have access to your room right away. You definitely won't have access.
Right.
And even when you get access to your room, your luggage may not be dropped till dinner time. So anything that you want for that sail away party or your first few hours on the ship, you're going to want to have in a small carry-on bag with you.
Okay.
Sail away party is their big deck party. So you want to make sure that you've got all the things, if you want bubbles, if you want a special horn or anything fun, little clappers, you want to bring that with you.
Okay. What about any of the special things that go on at night? Like what would you recommend packing for those things?
So I have a very specific cruise wardrobe that generally does not get worn outside of a Disney cruise ship.
Okay. I love that, by the way, but okay, but go ahead.
The first thing is going to be your boarding outfit. Every cruise line does this. When you board, somewhere between the terminal and getting on the ship, they're going to take your very first photo. So think about, do you want matching outfits? Do you want a Disney outfit? Do you just all want to be in pink? What do you want? But that boarding outfit is key. And again, you might want to have a bathing suit underneath if getting on one of the slides or the pools is your number one priority.
Well, it's also the first time that you can take a picture, right? So it's got to be spot on.
There you go. We've got it for every different occasion, whether we do special ship ones. Actually, little secret, my new Disney Treasure welcome aboard outfit arrived in today's mail.
Nice.
Very excited.
All right, so that's your boarding outfit.
Then I personally have dinner themed outfits. And clients say to me all the time, do I have to? No, this is your vacation. You do whatever you want to do. However, I'm not the only one doing it.
Right.
Depending on your cruise, 20 to 40% of the people are going to be themed. So what does a themed outfit mean? Well, when I'm on a ship that has the world of Marvel for dinner, I've got my Captain America dress. When I'm in the one that has Lion King, my other outfit for the treasure just arrived, I have a very cool skirt that looks like you're out on safari. Right. So I fit in with the outfit. 1920s, I've got my Roaring 20s outfit to head into Walt's restaurant. I've got my Coco outfit when I'm on that ship. So any of those themes.
Right. So you're looking at what the restaurants are.
What the restaurants are and matching my themes there.
Okay.
And then what every person needs, I happen to have two because I like to have choices in life. I have two pirate costumes.
Of course you do. Why wouldn't you have two? That's important.
I started Disney Cruise Lines with a pirate costume, like a Halloween kind of themed one that I wore on Pirate Night. And if you didn't pack for Pirate Night, you will get a Disney Cruise Line Pirate Night bandana.
Yes.
So that can be your little accessory. Well, I sailed enough times and I had this huge stack of bandanas and couldn't figure out what to do with them anymore. And so I had them custom made into a pirate top for me.
There you go.
Hence my pirate outfits.
Love it.
Have fun with it. We've bought blow up parakeets that sit on our shoulder. We've bought pirate eye patches. We've done pirate tattoos. Anything you want. People go no theme, minor theme, like a t-shirt that has a pirate or a Captain Mickey in pirate gear, or all out Broadway style costumes that are just incredible. Keep in mind also for the kids, there are pirate makeovers available on the ship. But one of the tough things is if you do it in the morning, that means you're staying out of the oceans and the pools, or your makeup will be undone
Yes,
immediately.
very, very quickly. All right. Anything else for the ship that you think?
I like to bring a very large reusable cup. Whether
Okay.
you're a coffee drinker or a soda drinker, the beverage station is open 24/7. There is unlimited soda, Gatorade, coffee, tea, hot chocolate, but it all comes in these tiny paper cups. So the beverage station is in most of the ships as far from the adult area as you can get. By the time I make it over to the adult pool, my glass of Diet Coke is now empty. If I take two of them, knowing that one of them is going to be empty, and my cup sits next to my chair in the sun, it starts to bake and the bottom comes out.
Got it.
So I like to bring large refillable cups for whatever my beverage of choice is.
Okay. So that's for the ship as a whole. What about for your cabin? Like what are you bringing that this in specific for your room?
So this may sound silly. Obviously, the doors are all numbered, so you can find your cabin number. But when you are walking down the very long hallway, they all look the same. So I love to have magnets on my door. And it'll surprise you that I get a little carried away. My magnet is a Mickey who changes outfits daily. So he has his own pirate outfit.
Of course.
He has to match a couple of my dinner choices and then just some fun ones. You'll find door decorating to be huge on the cruise line. Lots of people get very, very into it. One of my door decorations I did one that was a Little Mermaid theme, and it has all these light up lanterns. So you can have a lot of fun with it. It is all magnetic. They just ask that you do not tape to your door, but it makes it easy, especially if the kids are running ahead of you. They may not look up at the numbers. Easy to find your number.
Definitely. Okay. What else?
Speaking of kids or adults like me who get up and don't want to trip in the middle of the night,
That's fair.
it is very dark in your stateroom. We love to bring a tap light from the dollar store. We put a Mickey Mouse sticker on it, so it creates a cool little shadow on the ceiling of a Mickey head. And it gives us just enough light in the room. Again, something you may not think of because people say to me all the time, oh, when we're in the hotel, we just leave the bathroom light on and the door open. You're on a ship. Bathroom doors cannot stay open because they have water. The bathroom door has a lip to it. So if you should flood your toilet, your sink, your tub, it doesn't mess up everything immediately. So leaving a bathroom light on will not shed any light into your room.
Okay. Tap light. Good suggestion. Love it. What else we got?
I like to bring a shoe bag, and I'm going to explain what I mean by that. And it needs to be one of the ones that's on a hanger. So its intent is for you to be able to put pairs of shoes in each little slot. We do put pairs of shoes in some of the bottom slots, but we'll use the top slots for other things like our glow sticks or the bubble wands that we bought, all the little junk that normally accumulates all over the counter. They do not allow over the door hangers. I'm going to say that again. They do not allow over the door hangers. So you need one of the ones that comes with its own hanger and hangs up in your closet.
Okay. Good to know. What's your other suggestion? Like as far as like cash or anything like that, do we bring cash on the ship? Is it cashless? So many things are cashless now.
So the ship is, they will tell you it's 100% cashless. I will tell you it is 99% cashless.
Okay, where's the where's the exception?
I do bring small bills for room service.
Okay.
We love to get hot chocolate and chocolate chip cookies delivered before bed. That is one of our vacation treats. No, we do not do that at home. But hey, I also don't bake fresh cookies every day at home.
There you go.
So it's a win. We do tip our room service people in small bills because room service for about 90% of the menu is free. So there is no receipt for you to sign to leave a gratuity.
Got it.
If you're ordering alcohol, canned beverages, or candy, that'll be charged to your room. But if you're ordering coffee, hot chocolate, I love their cheese plate, or they actually make the best chicken noodle soup on the ship. All of those things are complimentary, so the small bills are great for that.
Very cool. You mentioned alcohol, and I know that we've had this conversation. We've done some cruise line shows before. There is the ability to bring some beer and wine on the ship.
There is. And again, I enjoy a glass of wine, but I'm cheap about it. So each guest 21 or over may bring 2 bottles of wine or 6 beers. You can bring it with you when you arrive, and you can restock in port. If you want to bring the wine to the dining room with you, you can do it one of 2 ways. Room service will gladly bring you an ice bucket and glasses. The glasses look just like the glasses that they serve wine in at the bar. Nobody knows whether you got your drink at the bar and carried it into dinner or carried it from your stateroom.
Very cool.
You can also bring the entire bottle of wine with you to dinner. Here's the trick. If it has a cork, literally a cork, you will pay a corkage fee. If it is a twist top or one of those little boxes that has a pull top, there is no fee to bring it with you to dinner. So that's a great way to add it on.
Good to know. Anything else for the cabin that you think is worth mentioning?
So this is a not worth it for me, but I want to put it out there because people end up on social media and they see this and they have no idea what it is.
Okay.
And that is a fish extender.
I have no idea what it is.
Fish extenders got their name because outside of your door on the legacy ships, there is a little fish next to your room number.
Okay.
And it's where they can leave you your bill, little notes. If you have a spa reservation or a Apollo reservation, they'll leave you a reminder card. Well, somebody came up with the idea. It's kind of like a secret Santa. So you join a fish extender group. You hang something off of the fish extender with your name to collect little gifts in. And you deliver gifts to others pre-arranged to their fish extender, and in theory, things come to your fish extender. If you're on a long cruise, maybe worth it. If this is your first cruise and if it's a 3 or 4 night cruise, I don't recommend it because it can be time consuming to run around the ship and drop off these gifts. And again, if you've heard me talk about a 3-night cruise, unless you're going to do it at 2 a.m., you're going to have to give something up to deliver gifts to strangers. The other problem, sadly, is some people say they're going to participate and don't, and other people walk around the ship and take things out of the extender that don't belong to them. So instead of taking my time and my money to craft things or buy things for other people and have to pack them all in my suitcase and then take my time on the ship to deliver them, I buy my own souvenirs. It can be a lot of fun for your kids to come back to the room and find little treats, but it is not the be all and end all to a cruise. And again, definitely not something I recommend your first time.
So one of the things that's obviously very, very attractive about the Disney Cruise Line is the private islands that it visits. So what do you recommend packing for those islands?
I like to get towel clips. And again, I'll put it in the show notes, a link into Amazon. They hold your towel on the chair, which isn't the be all and end all. It certainly helps, but it also makes it easy to spot my chair among the sea of chairs because everybody's got a towel on their chair that looks the same.
Sure.
So I want to do that.
Okay.
The other thing is you don't need to pack towels because they're going to give you towels. However, they're going to give you towels the minute you get off the ship. You need to take them to the beach with you. You don't need to bring them back. So I like to bring a nice big beach bag because as the mom, I'm carrying everybody's towels.
So they're going to hand them to you, rather than just
they're
walking
going to hand
around
them to me.
carrying
Now I've got
Right.
6 towels that I'm holding. It's much easier for me to throw them in a bag and carry it on my shoulder. Obviously, lots of sunscreen. If you forget it, yes, they certainly have it for purchase on board, or you could have bought 3 bottles for the same price at home.
Right.
So make sure you pack all of those things.
Okay. But in that beach bag, presumably you have the ability to bring the sunscreen, bring your bottles of water, bring your beach toys, all that stuff.
Most definitely. And beach toys, some people love to have them, some don't. Again, whatever you bring, you're going to have to bring back.
Right.
So if you don't do a really good job cleaning out your beach toys, you're going to have all these sandy things in your luggage for the trip home. There is a great beach. There are plenty of chairs and hammocks, and the kids club is open on the beach area. So plenty that you can see and do.
Okay. What shouldn't we bring? Like, I know we've talked about what we should pack, but what are the things that are definitely no-goes?
Definite no-goes. No firearms, ammunitions, knives, swords, daggers, or things that look like them. So you wouldn't bring a sword unless it's a blow-up to go with your pirate costume. They do not take impersonation items either.
Got it. Okay. That's important, right? I mean, that's a costuming thing, so just know that.
That is, and if you're somebody who carries a firearm, speak to your travel agent or the Disney Cruise Line. I have walked many clients through where the local lockup is so that you can bring your gun with you, but drop it off right before you get on the ship and pick it up right after you get off. That is easily done in the port area.
Okay. What else are things that we should not be packing?
No homemade items, food-wise, nothing pre-cooked, nothing perishable. We did talk about bringing beer and wine. Some people choose to bring their child's favorite juice, or if you're somebody like who has to have Mr. Pibb or some unique soda, you can certainly bring that, but you can't bake cookies to give to your cabin steward.
Okay. Is there anything else that you think we need to know about what we shouldn't bring?
So this list is actually the one that usually holds people up.
Okay.
No irons, including flat irons, bottle warmers, sports equipment, balloons, candles, musical instruments, or, of course, illegal drugs. Your suitcases are searched. They will remove those items. You will not have them on board. So if you had this great plan of doing balloons in your room for your child's birthday, not happening. They will confiscate them. There is a table when you get off the ship to pick up those items. You'll find a nice little note in your suitcase that says, please pick up bag number 7 when you exit the ship. Your balloons will be there.
Okay. Anything that you think we missed along the way here? I mean, I think it's very comprehensive. I think it's something that people are going to be really happy to know. So anything that we missed that you think is worth mentioning before we say goodbye?
Not the true physical item, but I will say pack your patience. Everybody wants to be the first one on the ship on boarding day. Everybody wants to be the first one off when you get to the private islands. Everybody wants to be the first one online at dinner. I don't like waiting in line. I'll be very honest about it. I purposely don't get to dinner till about 5 minutes after the start time. You don't want to show up 25 minutes late. It's rude. But 5 minutes late, the whole line still isn't in. So if you've got somebody in your group who can't wait a lot, look at those things, but plan accordingly. Be patient. Everybody wants into the theater. Everybody wants into all the kids' games and the deck parties. So be prepared. Even though it is a limited space, it is still a lot of people. And you're going to need to have some patience so that it is as magical as possible.
Well, I think this was a good one. I think people are going to benefit from this one. Not that they don't benefit from all of them, but this is definitely questions that we get asked a lot. What do I need to bring? What do I need to carry with me? So I thank you for sharing your expertise as somebody who's been on just a countless number of these cruises. And I hope you have a great week.
You as well.
And that's a wrap this week on Let's Talk Diz. If anyone you know could benefit from this or any show, please share, have them like, and subscribe. And don't forget to reach out to the folks at Easy Diz by Instant Impressions Travel Services for any Disney destination planning. Make it a great week, and as always, keep making memories.